Running your business feels harder than ever. Your AI initiatives keep stalling, your experienced team seems stuck despite your track record of building and scaling successful operations. Some things are just not working. Something's blocking your progress in this new era of integrated intelligence. The struggle isn't about your capabilities or your team's talent. It's about a fundamental shift in how leadership works when AI enters your business's ecosystem. The traditional leadership approaches that built your success are now creating invisible barriers to your progress. In this video, you'll discover the exact framework we use to adapt our leadership style for the age of integrated intelligence. You'll learn specific protocols for maintaining strategic control while giving your teams the autonomy they need to thrive with AI. If you haven't met yet, I'm Johnny Nell. I've spent years building businesses across multiple countries and industries, partnering with CEOs and founders just like you to help address the challenges of starting, building, and growing businesses online. Right now, growth might feel like more stress, more complexity, and less for what matters most. On this channel, I share a different way, a path to sustainable development, modern leadership, and creating teams and systems that work effectively with AI. The foundation of effective AI leadership starts with understanding a critical distinction. Your role as a founder isn't diminishing, it's evolving. I'm going to show you exactly what that means. The strategic control framework consists of 3 distinct zones. Each requires a different approach to leadership and decision making. Zone 1 is vision and values. You maintain absolute control over your company's direction. This includes your strategic vision, your core values, and fundamental business principles. These elements remain consistent regardless of AI integration. Zone 2, systems and processes. This is where the first shift occurs. Instead of controlling how things get done, you establish clear parameters and outcomes. Your teams gain the freedom to integrate AI solutions with these boundaries. And then Zone 3, execution and implementation. Here's where most founders encounter resistance. The zone requires complete autonomy for your teams to experiment, fail, learn, and succeed with the AI implementation. Here's the exact protocol we use for shifting our control to empowerment without losing strategic direction. Phase 1. Foundation setting. Start by documenting your non-negotiables. These are the principles and standards that must be maintained regardless of the AI integration. Your team needs absolute clarity on these boundaries. Phase 2, permission structure. Create explicit permission zones where teams can experiment with AI solutions without seeking approval. And define clear success metrics, but leave the methods flexible. Phase 3, feedback systems. Implement regular review cycles focused on outcomes rather than methods. This maintains alignment while focusing on innovation. The new model of AI leadership requires specific behavioral shifts, and this is what this could look like practically. So the first shift could be from answers to questions. Instead of providing solutions, ask questions that guide your team's thinking. For example, what assumptions are we testing with this AI implementation? Or how does this align with our core strategic values and objectives? Or what metrics will tell us whether we are succeeding or not? Then the second shift, from control to curiosity. Replace the instinct to direct with the discipline to explore. This could look like, what are we learning from our AI experiments? How are our teams adapting to these new tools? Or what unexpected benefits or challenges are currently emerging? The third shift, from prevention to permission. Move from protecting against failure to enabling informed risk-taking. This could look like, what's the smallest test we could run to validate this approach? Or how can we learn quickly if this doesn't work? Or perhaps, what support do we need in order to move this forward? Taking this into consideration, here's the framework for practically implementing these shifts. Week 1, assessment documentation. You want to document your leadership patterns, identify where control habits might be limiting AI implementation, and map out your permission zones. Week 2, Communication. Share the new framework with your leadership team. Establish clear boundaries between control zones and autonomy areas. Make sure to define these success metrics there. Week 3 is activation. Begin running small experiments in the autonomy zones. Document learnings and adjustments and maintain regular communication channels. Week 4, refinement. Review initial results. Adjust boundaries as needed and expand successful patterns across other areas of the organization. Now, let's address some of the potential obstacles you could encounter. Challenge 1, trust tension. You'll feel uncomfortable not knowing every detail. This is normal. Focus on outcomes rather than methods. Challenge 2, speed versus quality. Teams may move slower initially as they learn to operate with greater autonomy. Challenge 3, consistency concerns. Different teams will implement AI solutions differently. This variation is healthy as long as the outcomes align with the strategic objectives that you've set. Here's your action plan for the next 72 hours if you choose to implement it. Day 1, map out your current decision-making patterns. Identify areas where control might be limiting AI integration processes. Day 2, draft your permission structure. Define clear boundaries between control zones and autonomy areas. Day 3, select one area for your first experiment with the new leadership model. Document specific success metrics. Remember, the goal isn't to abdicate leadership, but to evolve it. Your role becomes more crucial as you shift from controlling methods to ensuring alignment with vision and values. Before you go, if you're a founder wanting to stay ahead of the AI developments currently in the marketplace, we have a newsletter that cuts through the noise. Each week, I break down the most significant AI changes and what they actually mean for founders. No fluff, no hype, just practical insight. You can find the link for the newsletter in the description below. If you feel called to it, share in the comment section below what's the biggest challenge you face in balancing with autonomy and your AI initiatives. If you found these frameworks valuable, subscribe for more practical leadership strategies for the age of integrated intelligence. See you in the next video.